in my late 20s, early 30s, alongside training to be a coach. I didn't have children at this stage. And alongside my acting and speaking work, I was an agent. And one of the key parts of being a successful agent was about reputation. It was about honesty. It was about being very clear. It was about knowing when to go for it and when to pull back. And how this applies to personal branding is that too many people are waiting for the opportunity to come in before they do the work. And I know where a lot of this stuff comes from. For example, in the 90s, in the early 2000s, I think we heard a lot of stories about actors getting into shape for roles or totally transforming themselves. Or there was this like when I remember Natalie Portman, I don't know why I've got this reference, but when Natalie Portman was training for the Black Swan, I mean, that just whole scenario looked so intense. And what can happen is we assume that the same situation will be possible. That when we get the role, that's when the work will begin. That's when we'll get, and I'm not necessarily talking about body image here, but like that's when you'll begin to do the stuff. However, I want you to do the opposite, because the truth of it is, there are very few budgets that will allow you to do none of the work independently and then they pay for it. Mostly, they want some kind of semblance of a starter, you to have done some of the work. And then what they're doing then is refining it. And so if you're waiting for, I don't know, a brand to greenlight your podcast and you're putting yourself out there and yet you've never ever recorded an interview, start recording the interviews. Start showing your style right now. Really step up to the opportunity, the possibility, the thing that you want to create, instead of waiting for somebody to take on all that risk and that responsibility. Let me know what you're going to do today. And if you want help and support, I talk more about this inside Speak Up. There are 3 ways to join. Add magic at checkout to save 20%.